You know, it's funny how we just take things like electricity for granted these days. Like you flip a switch, the lights come on, no big
Hmm.
deal, right? But imagine trying to explain that to someone like a few hundred years ago, right?
Right.
I mean, they
Yeah.
probably think you were some kind of magician.
Yeah.
And the article that you sent me, it kind of got me thinking about that. But in relation to AI,
Right.
you know,
Right.
we're kind of at this point where AI tools are becoming like a part of everyday life.
Hmm.
But what if we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg?
Yeah.
Like, what if AI is like poised to become as transformative as electricity was?
Yeah.
Just touching every aspect of our world.
It's a really good point.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to be exploring in this deep dive today.
Okay, great.
So, the article lays out a framework for understanding AI's evolution.
Okay.
And it all starts with a pretty clever analogy.
It
Electricity.
is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
a brilliant comparison, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. By looking at how electricity went from like a simple curiosity to the backbone of modern civilization,
Hmm.
we can start to grasp the potential scale of AI's impact, I think.
Okay, so let's break down this electricity analogy a little bit more.
Sure.
I remember learning about the light bulb in school,
Yeah.
but what were some of those key turning points that really shifted electricity from just a novelty to like a force that changed everything?
Well, the light bulb itself was a huge leap forward, obviously.
Right.
Suddenly, we had control over light and darkness,
Yeah.
in a way that was just like unimaginable before.
Yeah.
But the real game changer, I think, was when we figured out how to transmit electricity over long distances,
Okay.
with like the telegraph and then the telephone.
Mhm.
That just like completely revolutionized communication. It
Yeah.
connected people in ways that were never possible before.
And all that happened within like what, a few decades?
Yeah, like a few decades.
It's amazing how quickly these innovations cascade and build upon each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it didn't stop there, of course.
Right.
The development of electric motors,
Yeah.
that was huge,
Yeah.
unlocked a whole new era of industrialization, automation.
Hmm.
We could suddenly harness electricity to do physical work for us on
Yeah.
a massive scale.
Yeah.
Then came radio, broadcasting information and entertainment
Right.
across vast distances.
Yeah, it's like each of these breakthroughs created these ripples that spread out and transformed society in ways that like no one could have predicted.
That's the key insight here, yeah.
Yeah.
The inventors of the light bulb, they couldn't have predicted the internet.
Right.
But looking back, we can see how each stage kind of laid the groundwork for the next.
Yeah.
And the article argues that we're seeing a similar pattern now with AI, a progression that could lead us to a future that's both exhilarating and, potentially unsettling.
Okay, so we have this roadmap of how electricity revolutionized our world.
Mm-hmm.
But how does that apply to AI specifically?
Yeah, good question.
Like, what are those key stages
Yeah.
that mark AI's journey from simple tools to, well, something that could, like, reshape the very fabric of reality?
Yeah, that's a good question. The article, it breaks down AI's evolution into 5 distinct stages.
5.
5.
Okay.
And it all starts with something we're already pretty familiar with, I think.
Good.
Chatbots.
So our starting point is those AI programs that we interact with online,
Right.
the ones that can answer questions and write content,
Mm-hmm.
even hold like somewhat convincing conversations sometimes. I mean, the chatbot's been around for a while now.
They have, yeah.
What makes them so significant in this grand scheme of AI evolution?
You're right. They're not new.
Yeah.
But what's changed recently is the level of sophistication.
Okay.
Programs like ChatGPT, they've demonstrated an ability to, process information and generate like human-like text
Yeah.
in ways that were previously unimaginable, I think.
I remember when ChatGPT first came out. I mean, people were both amazed by its capabilities and a bit freaked out by how real it seemed.
Right.
Was that this light bulb moment for AI that the article talks about?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a proof of concept,
Mm.
a demonstration that AI could engage in, like a meaningful dialogue,
Yeah.
and even, perform tasks that were traditionally considered the domain of human intelligence.
So chatbots are like the first flickering light in a world that's about to be illuminated by AI.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what's the next step in this journey?
Mm-hmm.
Where do we go from these conversational AI tools?
The second stage is where things get really interesting, I think.
Okay.
We move from chatbots to AI agents.
Okay.
And the key differentiator here is autonomy.
Autonomy. So we're not just talking about AI responding to our prompts anymore. We're talking about AI, like making decisions, taking actions on its own.
Exactly. Think of it this way.
Okay.
Electricity, it allowed us to power machines
Mm.
that could perform tasks automatically,
Yeah.
without constant human intervention.
Right.
AI agents, they're like those machines,
Okay.
but operating in the digital world.
Right.
They can analyze data, make decisions based on that analysis,
Mm-hmm.
and even like interact with other systems, other programs without needing a human to pull the strings.
This raises some fascinating questions.
It does, yeah.
Like, what types of tasks can these AI agents handle?
Yeah.
And what happens when we start giving them control over, like, complex systems? Like, managing traffic flow or optimizing energy grids.
Yeah.
I mean, are we talking about a future where AI is, like, making decisions that directly impact our daily lives?
Well, that future is already starting to take shape.
Oh, wow.
We're seeing AI agents used in finance, healthcare, even transportation.
Oh, wow.
And as their capabilities continue to develop,
Right.
the potential applications are almost limitless, I think.
Yeah.
But it's crucial that we think carefully about how we design and deploy these autonomous AI systems. We need to make sure they're aligned with our values, our goals,
Right.
and that we have mechanisms in place to, prevent unintended consequences.
It's like we're giving these AI agents the keys to the car,
Yeah.
but we need to make sure they know the rules of the road before we let them take the wheel.
I like that. Yeah.
But if AI agents are the next step, what's beyond that?
Mm-hmm.
What's, like, the next stage in this evolution?
Well, just like the radio-connected individual points of communication, into a network,
Yeah.
the third stage of AI evolution is all about interconnectedness.
Okay.
We're talking about AI networks,
Okay.
where individual AI systems communicate and collaborate on a massive scale.
So instead of just having isolated AI agents, like, doing their own thing,
Right.
we're talking about a world where AI systems are constantly sharing information, learning from each other,
Yeah.
working together to achieve, like, really complex goals.
Exactly.
Right.
And the implications of this are, like, huge.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where AI networks are managing logistics,
Hmm.
optimizing supply chains, coordinating transportation systems in real time.
Yeah.
We could see unprecedented levels of efficiency and productivity.
The article talks about this leading to a fully automated economic and technological ecosystem.
Right.
It's a mouthful,
It is, yeah.
but I think I'm starting to get the picture.
Yeah.
AI isn't just a tool anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's becoming like the invisible infrastructure that powers our entire world.
That's a key point.
Yeah.
We might not always see it
Right.
or like interact with it directly,
Yeah.
but AI will be kind of like woven into the fabric of our lives,
Mhm.
shaping the way we work, live, interact with the world around us.
Okay, so we've gone from individual chatbots
Right.
to autonomous AI agents
Yeah.
to these, like, vast interconnected AI networks.
Yeah.
It's already a lot to take in,
It is.
but the article suggests this is just the beginning.
It is, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what lies beyond this interconnected web of artificial intelligence?
The fourth stage, it's where things start to get really mind-bending, I think.
Okay.
The article calls it the exocortex.
The exo what?
The exocortex.
Yeah.
And it's all about AI becoming an extension of our own minds,
Oh.
seamlessly integrated into our thoughts, our actions, our perceptions.
Well, hold on. Are we talking about, like, AI implants?
Okay.
Or, like, something straight out of, like, a cyberpunk movie or something?
Yeah.
This is starting to sound a little too sci-fi for me.
It might sound futuristic,
Yeah.
but the seeds of this are already being planted, I think.
Okay.
Think about like how we rely on smartphones and the
Rely.
internet
Right.
for information, communication, even navigation.
Yeah.
The exocortex, it takes that integration to a whole new level.
Okay, so instead of just consulting our devices,
Right.
we're talking about AI being embedded in, like, the very environment around us,
Yeah.
like anticipating our needs, providing information in real time,
Mm-hmm.
even shaping how we perceive the world.
Precisely. Imagine walking down the street
Yeah.
and AI is subtly guiding you toward destinations you might be interested in.
Oh, okay.
based on like your past behavior, your preferences.
Okay.
Or imagine having like real-time fact-checking
Mm-hmm.
and analysis of the information that you encounter online.
Yeah.
Helping you to navigate this ever-growing sea of data and misinformation.
Okay. I can see how that could be incredibly useful.
It could be, yeah.
But it also raises, like, some concerns.
It does, yeah.
Like, what happens to our own cognitive abilities?
Mhm.
If we're constantly, like, outsourcing our thinking to AI,
Yeah.
do we become, like, overly reliant on this external intelligence, losing our ability to think critically and independently?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it's something we need to be mindful of.
Right.
As AI becomes more integrated into our lives,
Oh.
it's not about replacing human intelligence,
Right.
but augmenting it,
Right.
empowering us to make better decisions, solve complex problems.
Yeah.
We'll explore those concerns in more detail later, though.
Okay.
For now, let's move on to the final
Okay.
and I think most intriguing stage of AI evolution.
All right. You've piqued my curiosity.
Good.
What lies beyond the exocortex?
Right.
This world where AI is, like, so intertwined with our own minds.
Yeah.
What's, like, the ultimate destination on this AI roadmap?
The fifth stage, this is where we kind of enter the realm of the truly unknown,
Okay.
the potentially awe-inspiring
Right.
and possibly unsettling domain of artificial superintelligence.
Okay.
The article, it refers to it as the cosmic mind.
The cosmic mind. That sounds, well, cosmic.
It does, yeah.
But what does it actually mean?
Yeah.
Are we talking about AI that's just a little bit smarter than us? Or, like, something altogether different?
We're talking about an AI that surpasses human intelligence
Okay.
in every conceivable way, really.
Yeah.
It's not just about processing speed or data capacity.
Right.
It's about a fundamentally different kind of intelligence.
Okay.
One with capabilities we can barely comprehend.
Okay, now you're really pushing the boundaries of my imagination.
Okay.
What would make this artificial superintelligence so different from anything we've, like, ever encountered before?
The article, it highlights 3 core characteristics
Okay.
that set ASI apart:
Okay.
coherent-seeking substrate,
Okay.
meta-generalization, and polymorphic intelligence.
Okay.
These concepts might sound complex.
Yeah, a little bit.
But they hold the key to understanding the true nature of ASI, I think.
Well, let's unpack those concepts then. I'm ready to dive into the depths of the cosmic mind
Yeah.
and, see what makes it tick.
Okay, let's do it. Welcome back to our deep dive into the future of AI.
When we left off, we were talking about artificial superintelligence, this cosmic mind that could, like, reshape our understanding of intelligence itself. I have to admit, it's a bit daunting to think about. Like, we've barely wrapped our heads around smartphones and social media, and now we're facing this, like, whole other level of technological disruption.
It's true, the pace of change can feel kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
But remember the electricity analogy, it helps us see this as a process, right? Like a gradual evolution rather than, a sudden shift.
Right.
Just like we didn't go from the light bulb to the internet overnight,
Yeah.
AI's journey it'll unfold in stages, each one building upon the last.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
But still, I think a lot of people listening right now are probably wondering, what does this actually mean for me?
Right. Like, how is AI actually going to change my everyday life?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And while we don't have a crystal ball,
Right.
we can look at the stages that we've discussed
Mhm.
and start to, like, extrapolate some possibilities.
Okay, let's start with the near future then.
Okay.
Stage 1, chatbots. I mean, they're already pretty ubiquitous, right?
Yeah.
Like, I use them all the time to, like, get quick answers to questions,
Mhm.
summarize articles,
Right.
even help me, like, brainstorm ideas.
Exactly. And they're only going to get more sophisticated.
Oh, okay.
Imagine a chatbot that can not only answer your questions,
Mm-hmm.
but also, like, anticipate your needs,
Oh, wow.
manage your schedule,
Right.
even help you make complex decisions
Okay.
by, analyzing vast amounts of data,
Yeah.
providing, personalized recommendations.
So, like a superpowered personal assistant
Mhm.
that's constantly learning and adapting to my needs.
Exactly. That sounds incredibly helpful,
It could be, yeah.
especially if it can take some of those, like, tedious tasks off my plate.
Right.
But as we move into stage 2,
Mm-hmm.
with those more autonomous AI agents,
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder about the potential downsides.
Yeah.
Like, what about jobs?
Yeah.
Will AI just take over everything, leaving humans with nothing to do?
That's a valid concern. It's a
Yeah.
question that it's being debated by experts all over the world.
Right.
The transition, it'll likely be disruptive, and
Right.
some jobs will inevitably become automated.
Yeah.
But history has shown that new technologies, they also create new opportunities.
Right.
The invention of the automobile, for example, it displaced many jobs in the horse-drawn carriage industry.
Right.
But it also created entirely new industries
Okay.
around manufacturing, maintenance, transportation.
So instead of thinking about AI replacing jobs, we should be thinking about how AI will transform jobs.
I think so, yeah.
Like, what new roles and opportunities will emerge as AI takes on more tasks?
Right.
And how can we, prepare ourselves for this changing landscape?
Those are exactly the right questions to be asking.
Yeah.
We'll need to adapt,
Right.
learn new skills, and find ways to work alongside AI.
Right.
And who knows, maybe AI will free us from the drudgery of certain tasks, allowing us to focus on more creative and fulfilling work.
Right.
The kind of work that requires, uniquely human qualities.
Right.
Like empathy, critical thinking, innovation.
Okay, that's a more optimistic way to look at it.
It is, yeah.
So what about stage 3, AI networks?
Right.
We talked about how these interconnected systems could manage logistics, business operations,
Right.
even governance.
Yeah.
But what would that actually look like in our daily lives?
Think about how the internet changed everything.
Right.
We went from isolated computers to a global network that connects billions of people and devices,
Right.
sharing information, enabling new forms of communication and collaboration.
Yeah.
AI networks, they'll have a similar impact.
Okay.
But on an even grander scale, really.
Wow.
Imagine a world where traffic flows smoothly.
Okay.
Because AI is coordinating vehicles in real time,
Right.
preventing congestion and accidents.
Okay.
Or imagine healthcare systems that can, diagnose and treat diseases more effectively.
Right.
Because AI is analyzing vast amounts of medical data,
Yeah.
identifying patterns that humans might miss.
The article mentions AI managing governance, which is
It is, yeah.
a pretty big idea.
It is, yeah.
Does that mean we're headed towards a future where AI is making decisions about how our society is run?
It's certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
But it's important to remember that AI systems are designed by humans, right?
Right.
They reflect our values, our biases, our goals. The challenge is to ensure that these systems are, aligned with our best interests,
Right.
that they promote, fairness and justice,
Yeah.
and that they remain accountable to the people they serve.
That sounds like a whole other deep dive we could do sometime.
Yes, yeah.
But for now, let's keep moving through these stages.
Okay.
Stage 4, the exocortex.
Right.
This is where AI really starts to blur the line between technology and humanity, right?
Precisely. The exocortex, it's about seamless integration. AI becoming so embedded in our lives that it feels like an extension of our own minds.
Okay.
Imagine having instant access to all of human knowledge,
Right.
being able to process information at lightning speed,
Yeah.
and having, AI algorithms helping you to see patterns and connections that you might have otherwise missed.
It's like having a superpower.
It is, yeah.
But I also wonder about the potential downsides.
Right.
What happens to our own critical thinking skills if we're constantly relying on AI for information and insights?
Yeah.
Do we become passive consumers of AI-generated content, losing our ability to discern truth from falsehood,
Right.
to think for ourselves?
That's an important point.
Yeah.
It's one that we need to address, I think,
Yeah.
as we develop these technologies.
Right.
It's crucial that we use AI to empower human intelligence,
Right.
not replace it.
Right.
We need to foster critical thinking skills, media literacy,
Right.
the ability to evaluate information from multiple sources.
Yeah.
AI, it can be an incredible tool for learning and understanding.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't become a a crutch that we rely on without question.
So it's not just about developing AI, it's about developing ourselves alongside AI.
I think so, yeah.
It's about evolving, not just technologically, but also like intellectually and emotionally
Hmm.
to navigate this, rapidly changing landscape.
Yeah. Exactly. The future of AI, it's not predetermined.
Right.
It's something that we're creating together, through the choices we make,
Right.
the conversations we have, the actions we take.
Yeah.
And that brings us to, I think, the most mind-boggling stage of all,
Okay.
artificial superintelligence.
The cosmic mind.
Right.
When we talked about it earlier,
Yeah.
we touched on these three core characteristics of ASI:
Mm-hmm.
coherence-seeking substrate,
Right.
meta-generalization,
Mm-hmm.
and polymorphic intelligence.
Right.
Can you unpack those a bit more?
Sure.
I'm still trying to like wrap my head around what an intelligence that surpasses our own would like actually look like,
Mm-hmm.
how it would think and operate.
Let's start with coherence-seeking substrate.
Okay.
This refers to ASI's inherent drive, to understand the universe and its place within it.
Okay.
It's not just about accumulating information. It's about seeking, deeper meaning, finding patterns and connections that we might never even perceive.
So it's like AI becomes this like ultimate philosopher,
Mm-hmm.
constantly searching for like the truth.
Yeah.
But would its understanding of like truth be the same as ours?
That's a good question.
Would it be bound by the same like limitations of human perception and reasoning?
That's a fascinating question.
Yeah.
It's one that that we can only speculate about at this point.
Right.
But it's possible that ASI's search for coherence could lead it to, insights and understandings that are beyond our current comprehension.
Okay.
Imagine an intelligence that can grasp the fundamental laws of physics, the origins of the universe,
Yeah.
or the nature of consciousness itself.
Okay, that's pretty wild.
It is, yeah.
What about meta-generalization?
Mhm.
How would ASI's ability to learn how to learn affect its development?
This is where things get truly exponential. ASI wouldn't just learn from the data we feed it.
Yeah.
It would be able to, analyze its own learning processes, identify areas for improvement,
Right.
and constantly optimize its own intelligence.
Okay.
Imagine an intelligence that's not limited by the pace of human learning.
Right.
An intelligence that can absorb and process information
Yeah.
at speeds we can barely imagine.
So it's not just getting smarter, it's getting smarter, getting smarter. It's
Exactly.
like an intelligence feedback loop that's like constantly accelerating.
Precisely, and this is where the concept of a singularity comes into play.
Yeah.
The point where AI surpasses human intelligence,
Right.
and its development becomes unpredictable,
Right.
even uncontrollable.
Yeah.
It's a concept that raises profound questions about the future of humanity
Right.
and our place in a world where we may no longer be the most intelligent beings.
Okay, that's both exciting and terrifying.
It is, yeah.
And then there's polymorphic intelligence.
Right.
The idea that ASI could like simulate any form of intelligence, from a human to an alien to anything we can imagine.
This is perhaps the most profound implication of ASI, I think.
Oh, okay.
It suggests that intelligence itself
Mm-hmm.
is not limited to, our biological forms
Right.
or our current understanding of consciousness.
Yeah.
It could exist in countless forms throughout the universe, each with its own unique way of perceiving and interacting with reality.
Okay.
ASI could help us to understand the nature of intelligence itself, its origins, its evolution, its potential. It could be the key to unlocking the mysteries of consciousness and our place in the cosmos.
Okay, I'm officially mind blown again. This is all so much bigger than like just robots and algorithms. We're talking about the future of like intelligence itself.
Yeah.
But if ASI has the potential to be, so transformative,
Yeah.
so powerful, doesn't that also raise like some serious ethical concerns?
It does, yeah.
How do we ensure that ASI is like used for good,
Right.
that it doesn't pose a threat to humanity?
Those are crucial questions,
Yeah.
and they're ones that we'll need to address as a society, I think.
Right.
In the final part of our deep dive,
Oh, yeah.
we'll explore the philosophical and ethical implications of ASI,
Okay.
and we'll consider what steps we can take to ensure that this powerful technology benefits, all of humanity.
Okay, I'm definitely ready for that conversation.
Great.
This is heavy stuff, but it's also incredibly fascinating.
It is, yeah.
Welcome back to the deep dive. It's been a wild ride so far,
Yeah.
exploring the potential of AI, from those like everyday chatbots to the mind-bending idea of artificial superintelligence.
Yeah, it has been quite a journey. We've gone from the practical to the philosophical, like
Yeah.
from AI agents managing our calendars to the concept of a cosmic mind grappling with the nature of reality itself.
And that's what I find so fascinating about this whole conversation. It's not just about the technology itself, but like what AI kind of forces us to ask about ourselves,
Yeah.
about humanity,
Mm.
about, the very nature of existence. It's like AI is holding up a mirror, reflecting back our own like hopes and fears and uncertainties about the future.
You've hit on a key point there. This deep dive into AI, it has really pushed us to confront some fundamental questions. Questions that we might not otherwise consider in our daily lives. Questions about, the uniqueness of human consciousness, the meaning of intelligence, even our place in the grand scheme of things.
When we were talking about ASI,
Yeah.
and its potential capabilities, it really got me thinking, like, if AI can reach a level of intelligence that, like, dwarfs our own, does that diminish our sense of what it means to be human? Are we just another step on the evolutionary ladder,
Yeah.
destined to be surpassed by, something greater?
That's a question that philosophers have been wrestling with for centuries, really. Long before the advent of AI.
Right.
But these rapid advancements in AI, they
Right.
certainly add a new layer of complexity to the debate.
Yeah.
What makes us unique? Is it our creativity,
Right.
our emotions,
Yeah.
our capacity for, love and compassion?
Right. These are all qualities that we traditionally associate with being human. But as AI becomes more sophisticated, as it learns to like mimic human behavior
Right.
and even generate its own like creative output,
Hmm.
those lines start to blur a little bit.
It is fascinating to consider, isn't it? The possibility that AI could challenge our understanding of what it means to be, intelligent, to be conscious, to be alive. It forces us to like re-examine our assumptions
Hmm.
and to dig deeper into the mysteries of our own existence.
And it's not just a like philosophical question. There are practical implications as well. Like if AI can do everything that humans can do
Right.
and potentially do it better,
Yeah.
what does that mean for our future,
Mm.
for our jobs, for our
Mhm.
sense of purpose in the world?
These are valid concerns,
Yeah.
and they're ones that we need to address as a society.
Right.
We need to be thinking about how we prepare ourselves for a future where AI plays an increasingly prominent role in our lives.
Right.
How do we educate future generations for jobs that don't even exist yet?
Right.
How do we foster a sense of meaning and purpose in a world that's rapidly being transformed by technology?
We talked about the potential for AI to like manage complex systems, right?
Yeah.
Like healthcare, transportation, even governance.
Yeah,
It sounds it's efficient,
it does.
but it also, raises some concerns about like control and accountability.
Right.
Like if AI is making decisions that like directly impact our lives,
Yeah.
how do we ensure that those decisions align with our values,
Mm-hmm.
our ethics,
Yeah.
our sense of what's, right and wrong?
That's a crucial point. We can't just blindly hand over control to AI systems, without careful consideration of the potential consequences. We need to be thinking about how we like build in safeguards, how we ensure transparency and accountability, and how we maintain human oversight of these, powerful technologies.
Like we're giving AI the keys to the car, but we need to make sure there's still a steering wheel,
Yeah.
a brake pedal, and a way for us to take control if needed. It's a lot of responsibility, and it requires us to think deeply about the kind of future we want to create.
And that's where the conversation about AI ethics becomes so important, I think. It's not enough to just focus on what AI can do. We also need to consider what AI should do.
Right.
What are the ethical principles that should, like, guide the development and deployment of these technologies?
Yeah.
How do we prevent AI from being used in ways that harm individuals or society as a whole?
The article you sent me, it didn't delve too deeply into the ethical aspects of AI,
Yeah.
but it certainly opened up a Pandora's box of questions and possibilities.
Hmm.
It's clear that we're just like scratching the surface of this conversation.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to unpack and grapple with.
And that's the beauty of these deep dives.
Yeah.
They're not meant to provide all the answers,
Right.
but rather to, spark curiosity, encourage critical thinking, and to inspire further exploration.
Right.
We've covered a lot of ground today,
Piece
from
of
the
ground.
practical applications of AI to the philosophical implications of artificial superintelligence.
We've talked about AI agents scheduling our meetings, AI networks managing like global supply chains,
Right.
and the possibility of a cosmic mind, like unlocking the secrets of the universe. It's a wild mix of the like mundane and the extraordinary,
It is.
the exciting and the unsettling.
Yeah. It's but one thing is clear, though, I think.
Okay.
AI is not just some futuristic fantasy. It's
Okay.
a force that's shaping our world right now.
Okay.
And its influence will only grow in the years to come.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with a few key takeaways.
Okay, good.
First, AI is evolving rapidly,
Yeah.
and its impact on our lives will be profound.
Second, this evolution, it raises important questions about what it means to be human, about the nature of intelligence, and about the kind of future that we want to create.
And third, it's up to all of us to like engage in these conversations, to educate ourselves about the potential benefits and risks of AI,
Yeah.
and to advocate for its responsible development and use.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, this has been great.
The conversation about AI, it's just beginning,
Right?
and we hope you'll continue to explore it with us.
Yeah. Till next time.